49ers linked to elite edge rusher after shocking release. The San Francisco 49ers have the chance to do something special. Despite being in a recalibration period, General Manager John Lynch remains adamant about contending in 2025. At least that is what the team will pitch to the fan base. If that is the case, the team needs to hit on most of their 11 picks in the NFL draft. They also need to make the correct moves in free agency. San Francisco already traded wide receiver Deebo Samuel to the Washington Commander, a good first step. However, the 49ers must put their foot further on the gas pedal. They should let linebacker Dre Greenlaw and safety Talanoa Hufanga walk this offseason, no matter how painful. Yet, in an offseason marred by potential departures, San Francisco can still add key free agents. One viable option is Los Angeles. Chargers edge rusher Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa's released by the Chargers. Before the new league year beginning on March 12th, the Los Angeles Chargers released Joey Bosa. The move saved the organization $3 million in cap space. While the Chargers look to fill the void left by Bosa, the last active San Diego Charger, the 49ers could look to pair the five-time Pro Bowler with his brother Nick. According to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, the feeling may be mutual. Rappaport reports that Bosa will have options, but went out of his way to mention the 49ers as a potential destination. This is not the first time the 49ers have been linked to Joey Bosa. During last offseason, the team showed significant interest in acquiring Bosa. They even went as far as to inquire about a potential trade with the Chargers before Los Angeles restructured his contract. If the 49ers were willing to acquire Bosa at a larger contract last season, they should be Allen on the idea of signing Bosa to a cheaper deal this offseason. When asked about possibly playing with his brother last offseason, Joey Bosa left a telling response. "I'd be cool at some point. I always thought of myself being somebody that will play in Los Angeles and retire here, which I think not many people do on one team. I think it would be a cool thing to accomplish, but you never know." Bosa's fit with the San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers desperately need defensive line help. Despite signing Leonard Floyd and Yetur Gross-Matos last offseason, the team is still looking for a legitimate number 2 pass rusher opposite Nick Bosa. What better option than to pair Nick with his brother and create chemistry only siblings have? While the idea of signing Joey Bosa feels like a match made in heaven, there are serious drawbacks. When healthy, Bosa is a star. Yet that is rarely the case. Since 2021, Bosa has only played over 600 snaps one time. In the last 3 seasons, Bosa has failed to play 550 snaps in each season after battling through 7 separate injuries. However, the 49ers are set up to survive if Bosa's ailments continue due to Floyd's durability. Having not missed a game since 2017, Floyd can give the 49ers much-needed relief in more than one area. Floyd's aforementioned durability may make San Francisco more comfortable taking on chance on Bosa, knowing they will have a consistent veteran presence behind him. Floyd can also rotate in on a more consistent basis, alleviating Bosa and hopefully reducing his chance of injury. Bosa is coming off a Pro Bowl nod in 2024 after playing 14 games and totaling 17 tackles, 39 pressures and 6 sacks with a 64, 8 pass rushing grade and 9 pass rush win rate, according to Pro Football Focus. Bosa also provides stout run defense, a skill last year's defense lacked. Bosa's injuries could also drive his asking price down, another reason for San Francisco to take a chance on him. Over the last 4 years, Bosa has totaled 104 tackles, 24, 5 sacks, 19 tackles for loss, and 11 forced fumbles in 44 games. Despite his injury luck, Bosa has averaged an impressive 79, 9 pass rushing grade and 70. 1 run defense grade since 2021, one final reason Bosa is worth the risk. One player identified as a dream fit for the 49ers defense in the NFL draft, Michigan cornerback Will Johnson, would catapult the 49ers defense back to a top unit as the NFL draft approaches. All eyes are on the 49ers' potential pick at pick 11. The correct move is to choose a defensive tackle who plays every down and can be a cornerstone on the defensive line. Since the departure of DeForest Buckner and Eric Armstead, the team has been missing that valuable piece on the line. Replacing players who are valuable in both pass rushing and run defense has eluded the 49ers. Mason Graham from Michigan fits. Robert Saleh's defense in 2025. Malik Collins and Javon Hargrave are pass rushers, but they struggle in run defense. Jordan Elliott is a run defense specialist. the team has attempted to fill the defensive tackle role with players that are one or the other, but not both. One ESPN analyst has identified a glove and hand fit for the defense. However, the fit isn't a defensive tackle at pick 11. Jordan Reed of ESPN released his latest 2-round mock draft and chose 2 defensive players in Will Johnson, CB from Michigan, and Landon Jackson, edge from Arkansas. Reed explained his decision to me to select a cornerback at pick 11 on his media conference call on Wednesday. I think Will Johnson's a dream pick at 11. Firstly, how do we get you to convince the 49ers to not take a defensive tackle and go with Will Johnson? What's the fit of him in the defense with Robert Saleh coming back? Yeah, I think it would be a great fit. And, Will is somebody that really came into the year as a bona fide top 5 pick. There was a lot of people that viewed him that highly, but he just didn't have the year that a lot of people thought that he was going to have, whether it was injury or a little bit of a slip in his production and then just his own field play. But I still think he's a very good player. I still have him ranked inside of my top 10 on my big board. The 49ers, they don't have like a pressing need at corner, in my opinion, just because Renardo Green I thought was fantastic. Last year, they found him in the second round. But with Will and the scheme, it's a dream, like you said. His ability to play pressman, he could play off man coverage, he could play zone. There's so many different things that he could do. Now, I will say defensive tackle definitely is a need, or defensive line in general, so they could look to go there. But I don't think they should pass up Will Johnson if they don't have a defensive tackle graded as highly as him. Reed is operating under the best player available approach in the draft, and a lockdown secondary can help the pass rush of the 49ers. One concern is Johnson's injury-riddled 2025 season, but Reed isn't concerned. And just a quick follow-up, Jordan, do you think that medicals are a concern with Will based on the way that his season ended with an injury? That's something I can't really speak on just because I don't have access to the medicals. So we'll see what he ends up doing at his pro day. I don't have the exact date of when the pro day is in front of me, but he's expected to do everything at the pro day from what I've heard and what I've been told. So we'll see what happens at his pro day, but I haven't heard any medical concerns or anything like that about Will. In the past, the 49ers haven't drafted a secondary member highly, and it's fair to not expect that to change in 2025. Johnson is reminiscent of Patrick Surtain II or Sauce Gardner, and can provide the 49ers with a young, lockdown cornerback of the future. The pick is most likely going to be for the defensive line, but not considering Johnson at pick 11 is a mistake by the 49ers. The NFL is a passing league, and coverage is a strong move for any team looking to slow down some of the more dynamic receivers.